Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little different because, as I promised, I'm going to give you all updates on how my dietary changes and all that are going. Am I feeling any different and all that stuff? So, I have been intermittent fasting for going on a month now, a little shy of a month. And I didn't have a real good idea on what I was doing. I watched some videos and stuff like that, but a really good friend of mine gave me a book to read. I'll link it in the description box, and it's helped me a lot. I've felt a lot more at ease with the schedule and what I eat and stuff like that. And I feel like I've gotten on a really good schedule, I guess you could say, as far as what hours I'm eating, how much I'm eating, and what I'm eating. And so I want to get into all of that. If you're brand new here, I am trying intermittent fasting because I was having some symptoms, I guess. I don't want to call them symptoms. Just as I've aged, that sluggish, I gained weight. I couldn't lose weight no matter what I did. I couldn't lose. And so I did some tests to see what might be going on, and was able to find out that I am indeed in the throes of perimenopause, which is, as most of you all know who've been through it, my symptoms lined up perfectly with that. So this was one of the things that supposedly could help, and so I decided to give it a go. I'm going to go at least 3 months before I even make a decision if it's something that I want to continue doing, if it made a big difference or not. But let's talk about what's happened inside of a month. And I have to say, I was pretty surprised at how quickly my body kind of just fell into it naturally. I didn't realize I could go without eating breakfast as soon as I got up in the morning. But then after like 4 or 5 days, I didn't even think about it when I got up in the morning. I just had a cup of black coffee and got to work. And I have gotten so used to it now that I don't even think about it, especially now since I'm going, next week will be a month. So what has happened? What have I noticed? I would say that probably the biggest thing that I've noticed at this point is I don't feel full all the time. I was feeling like always bloated and not like having any tummy problems at all. Just kind of feeling like, I don't know, that clothes were uncomfortable sometimes, and just feeling kind of sluggish and stuff like that. And I've noticed that I have more energy in the mornings especially, and I have more focus, which I didn't expect. I didn't even think about that. But when I work in the mornings, I'm way more focused than I used to be. I really can get into it, and I actually get more accomplished than in the same amount of time than I was before, which is so strange to me because that wasn't even something that I was looking at as a possible side effect of doing this. But something really exciting is a little less than a month in, I have already lost 6 pounds, which I know some of that's probably water, but still seeing the scale move at all was pretty exciting to me because I hadn't seen it move in forever. And I am seeing it slowly and gradually. I mean, 6 pounds in close to a month is like 2 pounds a week, which is, they say 1 to 2 pounds a week. So I'm happy with that. That's fine. So that is really exciting. And also just, I have changed kind of the way I think about food. I'm not looking at it like, meal times at a certain time and everything, kind of like you get into habits almost with your eating, and this kind of breaks all that, and you really start paying attention. Am I hungry or am I thirsty? Or what am I craving? Am I craving, protein, or am I craving fruit or whatever, and I have never really been good at taking the cues of what I need to eat and when I need to eat and stuff like that. So I am noticing slowly that that's happening to me. Now, my diet has changed a lot since I started this, not because I intentionally changed it. It just kind of flowed into that because I'm eating what I feel like I need. And so mornings is like, I don't really eat until up in the morning. So 9, 10 o'clock. Sometimes I've even pushed it to just have lunch and then dinner. So just 2 meals. It depends on how I feel again. But if I'm hungry at like 9 o'clock, the first meal is just protein and healthy fat. So that could be a few eggs that are fried in grass-fed butter, or a few eggs with some avocado, something like that. That's what I crave. That's what I want. And then for lunchtime, it's kind of more of the same. I usually eat my yogurt because I like to have yogurt every single day. It just does so much good for me. And I've been eating that for years now. At least one of my meals, it doesn't have to be breakfast. Sometimes it's lunch, sometimes it's dinner, but one of my meals every day is yogurt and almonds and coconut, flax, ground flax, chia seeds, and just a lot of protein. And I'll usually, if I have it for lunch, I'll add in some fruit because I feel like I need it by that time, and I will. But sometimes I don't. I really am learning to just listen to what I want. But dinner is usually lots and lots of vegetables, especially now we're starting to get a lot of vegetables in from our garden. And we eat a lot of vegetables and some kind of protein, whether that be a hamburger or eggs, like deviled eggs or boiled eggs or something like that. And then sometimes it is, I'm trying to think like some of the meals that we've had lately. Chicken, I made a chicken from the freezer. So just something like that we'll have with our dinner, and a bunch of vegetables. And that's when I find myself wanting whole grains, like my whole grain fresh milled bread. And so I will have a slice with my dinner almost every single day. There have been a couple of days where I didn't because I had sweet potatoes or something like that, and I felt like that was going to satisfy that. And so, but I try to at least get one slice of fresh milled bread because it has done wonders for my stomach and my health, and so I'm not going to write that off. I don't really intend to ever cut out food groups unless it's processed food. But like natural whole grains, organic whole grains, I eat still, and I'm still losing weight, and I'm still good with my energy, and so I'm just going to continue with that. But I'm eating a lot less than I was because I was eating like 4 servings of whole grains a day, and because I love them and they taste so good, but I realized that was probably overkill and that wasn't helping me at all. So I have cut those down to no more than 2 slices of my fresh milled sourdough bread, long fermented, and I find that I'm doing great. I feel good. There have been a couple of things that I have eaten. Now, this is really interesting. And if you intermittent fast and you have had this happen, please leave a comment in the description or in the comment section because I found it really interesting. There have been like 2 days during all this where I ate something and it just I didn't feel good. I got sluggish. I felt weighty, like I had overeat, but I didn't. I just had a small, smaller portions. And those days, I've been trying to kind of keep track of everything. Those days were days when I ate maybe 2 carb heavy vegetables. So maybe I had peas and potatoes. And so I paid attention to that. And since I've adjusted to just, if I have more of a starchy vegetable. That's it for the carbs. It hasn't bothered me since. But I found that really interesting. It's like my body was saying, that's too much. And, you know, I'm happy that happened, because it gave me this insight into how much of each thing I should be eating. But the protein, I'm eating a lot of protein now. I'm trying to do like 100 grams a day. I'm not really counting it exactly, but I did kind of put it into an app, and I got a roundabout that I'm getting quite a bit of protein every day, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I got these. They match. I just noticed these to start doing a little light weights on my arms, and I'm getting stronger with that every day, and just trying to move every day has really helped. Getting outside a lot more, and I've been trying a lot of people talked about grounding, getting out and walking barefoot and just feeling the earth under my feet. I've actually really enjoyed that. We were talking about it, my husband and I, that is something that we did as kids. I didn't think about it. It's like we just stop. For some reason, when we become adults, it's like, no, we got to put our shoes on. But I have found that to be really almost calming to go outside and walk barefoot around the yard. It's been nice, and we both do that every day for a little bit. My husband has joined me in doing this, because I was telling him how it just seems like that I have bad allergies and sinuses, which I think like 99% of the population does. And when I wake up in the mornings in the past week or so, I feel clearer in my head, and that has I feel like that's the only thing I've changed is this way of eating. So he was really interested, because he really suffers with that. And so he just started less than a week ago. So he's still in like the transition where he's starving in the mornings, and but he's doing really good with it too. So I'll let you know how, as I do these like probably monthly videos, let you know how he's coming along with it as well. So I want to tell you my schedule for eating. I'm doing 16-8, so I'm fasting for 16 hours, and I have an eating window of 8 hours. Usually that will be like 8:30 to 4:30 or 9 to 5, depending. I try to keep it pretty close to that. I never eat after 5, though. 5 is like, I don't even think I've eaten till 5 since I started this. That was just the cutoff, just in case something unusual comes up and you're eating a little later in the day. But I'm usually done eating, like say I usually have breakfast. If I eat breakfast around 9, and then I'll eat like maybe at 12 or 12:30, a lighter meal, and then at 4 maybe have a meal. But I'm not like, I have to eat at this time, and this time, and this time. I'm not doing that. I just trying to make sure I'm within that time. Now, I have found in the past week or so that naturally I'm falling more into just 2 meals. So if I have breakfast, then I just have an early dinner. And then if I have a late breakfast or early lunch, then I have a little bit of a later dinner. And I feel really good when I eat twice a day instead of 3 times a day. But then there's just some times when I'm more hungry, and I think that's natural, and that's pretty common. But I just wanted to give you all an update on how it's going, and I want to get your feedback. I want to get your advice, being only like a little less than a month into this, and let me know if there's any tips that you have for me this far along into the intermittent fasting journey. I would really appreciate it. And this will just be an extra video that I put up through the week. It won't be my usual video that comes out on Mondays. So, all right, well, thank you so much for stopping by. Again, leave me those comments. Please be sure to hit that thumbs up, like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I sure would appreciate it. All right, well, I will see you all on the next video.